at least once. We'll see. We'll see if he does or does not get shot.
I
All
also
right.
like some of this. Baldric is in the chat now. Yes, I'm the older brother, older and better.
All right. Good. Good to know. Good to have that straight.
Oh, 8 years younger. Okay, so this is really getting close to home because my brother is about 7.5 years older. So there's actually like the
Dang.
big divide.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
has your
it's
brother ever
horrible.
beat you in Spy Party?
He has not beaten me ever in Spy Party. He hasn't played it, but that also means he's never beaten me. He beats me in basketball though. But he's like 6 or 7 inches taller than me too, so that's always been unfair. He needs to be a man and play me in Spy Party.
Oops.
Play you on your home turf.
Right. Okay, so I'm very personally excited for. Sorry, Baldur's talking more crap in the chat. Um, uh, uh, but yeah, I'm very personally invested in this set because I actually have like I know a lot about these players. I like them both, but they've also been I've played them a lot over the last few
Yeah.
seasons. I've
I've
played
played
Varanas
Varanas a lot.
more even. Yeah, because like let's see, so
Yeah, we
you
were.
actually you want to set the stage of like your past history of like SCLs one through. I guess you
Yeah.
weren't in SCL3 with him because you were in
Yeah.
Diamond,
Her.
but other than that,
Yeah. Well, we were both like so. Yeah, we both started off in gold in season one. I won that division. It was against I believe Kikar. I think Varanos might have been third place, but whatever happened in season two, there were a few dropouts in Diamond. I think Seizure Man and who else was it? Scientist, I think, both dropped out, and so I got. So I won, and then I think Kikar and Varanos both got administrative promotions to platinum in the next season, and so I had to play. I had to play them both again. And that season, I guess I finished I think 1 point behind you, Slappy, but managed to win in the finals. And I'm not sure, and I don't know where Varanos finished, but yeah, but we both played each other that season. I think every season we've played in the normal season we've had one I've had one win and one draw. I think in every season. So Varanos has not managed to beat me, but come very close many times.
that and like as it's something we have to respect about the long old history of the game is you've
Yeah,
also played each other for many years, and so there's like
yeah,
the you have like a very deep intuitive sense of how the other person plays.
yep,
And like I enjoy playing both of you because you've been around for so long that it's intimidating, but it's not uncomfortable, if you know what I mean.
yep,
Like I don't anticipate winning, but I kind of know how I want to play. Where sometimes like when playing like Pires, who had never played before, or some of the newer players, like sometimes it's uncomfortable because like I don't really know what to expect. But I kind of know a little bit what to expect, but I also know that it can get by me, and so it's
yep.
fun because I get to
You
like manage my improvement.
you don't know what to expect, but they're in plat, so you know that something's up.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
gonna be reasonably good. All right. Anyway, I was top seed, so I elected to pick map second and be spy second. Just what I've been doing. I used for a while. I was uh, going with spy first, but I think I like spying second a little bit better. I just like
Mhm.
it feels like I get to be the one to break. I sort of like I know what I need to do. Like if I let a spy win by me a sniper, then I just knuckle down a little bit more when I'm spy the next in the next game. But anyway,
Mhm.
here we go. We'll see the picks and bans out of us. Uh, Varanos very wisely chose to ban Gallery. I believe Gallery was my second most picked picked map. It was second only to Library, and the only reason it's the second most is because Varanos banned it in our last set before this as well. Or I would have definitely picked it in this set and the last one.
I think that's a mistake, by the way. He
Yeah,
should let you pick gallery and just instantly shoot small men.
Oh,
Don't even wait for it.
Yeah,
I-
every time.
yeah, there was a high percentage chance I would have picked Smallman in at least one of the gallery games.
Agreed. 100% is a high percentage chance.
Yeah, yeah, there was. I mean, I would not have been. I probably would have had Smallman as a seduction target in the other one, but yeah,
Uh-huh.
I would have. It
Yeah.
would have definitely been Smallman in gallery. But anyway, the second the ban from me was Veranda. I believe just in our first set, Varanas did very well on Veranda, and I did not. So I'm like, nope, just take that one away. I don't want to see it. Don't
I
even-
also I love the fact that you're trying to set up long-term mind games within a cast where you're like, yeah, I probably would have made him my seduction target the second one, trying to trick me in one of our later matches next season where
Yeah.
you're small man. Both games you're
This
trying to
is-
make me shoot.
This is
a
planting
long
the
con.
Yeah.
seed.
Yeah,
Right.
next season I'm just gonna play a set where it's just Smallman every time.
All right, but Veranda now, do you feel like that's an effective
Whoops.
ban?
I don't know. Right now I'm thinking, oh yeah, I gotta switch backwards. But anyway, yeah, for now, like I don't know. I probably had I known what Varanas was gonna pick, I would have put my band somewhere else. But
Right.
it was just a map that I'm not super strong on, so it felt like a decent band. But anyway, we'll see what the picks. There was a map Varanas picked that I would have liked to not seen, but here we go. The first pick from Varanas. I'm actually pretty fine with this. Pick is balcony.
Mhm.
Not a map I'm like amazing on, but you know, I can play balcony.
And Varanis is in chat, so she can correct me if I'm wrong, but Varanis tends to, what appears to me, really target bans and map picks. Some of the least consistent maps chosen and banned across different players and mixes it up set to set. I usually try to find out which maps players preferred and which bans to expect. But Varanis seems very capable of switching it up and tailoring bans. So I am curious about these picks.
Yep. All right. Anyway, and my pick, since I couldn't pick gallery, the next best thing for me was ballroom. I've had a pretty solid season with ballrooms. For this, this season I've been doing pretty darn well, so I might as well keep picking it. Is what I figured.
Mm-hmm. Standard pick.
Yep.
I'd say just maps in general where there's good bug opportunities, especially for you. You're one of the stronger buggers, honestly, overall. And I think that you really value bugs, and
I
so I
do.
think places like things like gallery and ballroom are going to suit you pretty well. So I think this is a good pick.
It's true. And the second pick out of Varanos, the one that was sort of surprising to me, and I wish I had banned it, is Terrace.
Yeah, that's okay. And also we're in chat. We're seeing Varanis saying that she was inspired by Warning Track.
Okay.
Who Warning Track is another player that really targets picks and bans. Does a
Yeah.
lot of research. So
Yeah, I would have
banned
banned
this photo.
Terrace. I'm pretty like I haven't really played it much at all. That's part of it. It just I guess I'm waiting for that extra 30 seconds to get added to it.
Yeah, and I mean Terrace is it's not quite as bad as this, but Terrace is basically the new Courtyard 1, right?
Yeah.
Where it's the out of nowhere what? Like the thing is, and that's the funny thing about Courtyard 1 was it was really sniper favored in theory, but also if you just haven't played it, your sniper might be weak. Particularly what was it? I think it was Cameraman that would pick Courtyard 1 all the time and actually did pretty well on it even as spy because snipers weren't used to playing it. It's just weird to switch up your style, even though given more time on the map, it's worse for spy than Courtyard 2. But we're just so not used to it.
All right. Anyway, my second pick, which is actually my most picked map, I think only because I couldn't pick gallery a couple times, is library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another good
Is
map.
there since you're in the call, is there a reason you chose to double ballroom over library? Do you feel more comfortable on
I've
ballroom?
just felt like I've been stronger on ballroom overall, especially against Varanas. I felt like I don't know in our last set I had done really well on ballroom, especially just in general, even more more so than library, even though.
So even though you're picking library more, you still tend to perform better on ballroom.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I also think Varanas likes library. She tends to pick it.
Yep.
I think Varanas. Maybe I'm wrong about this. I just feel like I played library a lot versus Varanas.
All right. Anyway, the next pick out of Varanas. This is one I didn't really expect it, but I was actually fine with it. Is High Rise.
So that's all the smaller maps
Yeah.
Varanas is picking.
Yeah, I'm actually totally fine with High Rise. That's a map that I'm actually pretty decent on. I can do behavioralism reasonably well, so I was like, I was just totally fine with it.
Yeah, but it's gonna be really fun to see because one of the things that I wouldn't say really suffered in Platinum, but in each of my sets, I was really used to the maps. It was very comfortable.
Yeah.
But this is gonna put it's gonna put you both in sort of an uncomfortable position. It's as you said, like I think you both are experienced enough that it's not going to be a total mental shift. It's just going to be a little bit off balancing. And also, these maps in general are very swing heavy, right? Like you can easily see it going both in one direction. And I don't want to say coin flippy, but you could easily swing the momentum of a match right there. Where if at this point in the game, if one side's behind, sorry, at this point in the match, if one side's behind, this might be the map they hope to pick up a quick couple games on.
All right, and my final pick, I had to pick this because it's legal requirement is Courtyard.
This map's just here so you don't get fined.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely not the most swingy map.
Yeah, well,
but...
I feel like I'm pretty strong against, especially against Varanas on Courtyard, and it just felt like to have, like if I need to get to this map, if I need, if I have to play the last map, I'd like it to be Courtyard.
It's that same thing we were talking about earlier, especially when you're top pick or top seed and you can win on a tie. Sometimes for the last map, you just want something comfortable to close it out.
Yeah.
Guarantee you the win.
Yeah, well, not quite guarantee, but yeah,
well,
give it a
not
higher
guarantee,
chance anyway.
but...
Yeah.
That and in general, you're aiming for splitty maps, and he's going to aim for swingy maps because let's say Sniper wins every single game, Cleetose wins. And so it makes sense to pick maps that aren't going to be super swingy for Cleetose, where Varanas might want to pick swingy maps because Varanas, if you find coin flippy maps, that's Varanas's better chance, assuming the play is equal across both.
All right, and anyway, here we go. We got Varanas. I had her be spy first, just so I could be the one to break serve potentially. Anyway, here we go. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
It's almost weird to use the term break serve when you're starting out on balcony. I don't really think there is a serve on this map. We'll have to see though.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely come into play later. But the thing is, balcony starting off this set is going to set so much of the pace. A lot of the times we see balcony appear late in the set, but this is going to dictate a lot of the early pace of who can expect to be on top. Now, maybe we get a split on this map. Oh, interesting.
Oh, bug and shot.
Yeah, I was watching for that. I was actually watching pretty darn closely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Ambassador, not a very large Ambassador. While we're short as wheels, we can see around the Ambassador to catch that arm movement. So unfortunately, it pokes through a little bit too much, and none else to stay. And the shot was obviously forced because you had to shoot within that 10 seconds. No time to wait.
Exactly. Yep. It was like, yep, timer's going. Yep. Had to shoot.
Strong aggressive play though, maybe trying to sneak something by early, throw you off, but doesn't pay off.
All right, here we go. My turn as spy. I am Alice. I believe I picked Alice quite a lot in this set. I think I was consciously not trying to pick small man a lot, so I ended up picking Alice a lot instead. See how this goes in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So I'm curious. Every once in a while, if there's that early, I don't want to say cheese attempt, but the early attempt to rush something by. Every once in a while, we'll see players try to do the same thing to just really get in the heads of their opponent. It doesn't look like we're setting up for that. We're probably just going to do a normal flirt game, but I'm curious if we're going to try to get a bug off.
28% flirt, not the best number, but a green and a white will get us there if we're close enough.
Did we see that path by Double Agent, by the way, running full circle around Toby? I want to get a look at that after the game. It was just kind of funny.
Banana bread.
Unfortunately, we get a white test. It doesn't look like we pick up suspicion for it, but we are going to be talking a whole lot. And we do get it for the
wrong
bug.
arm bug. Not seen. Smallman of all people is blocking it, and there's not going to be a shot here. That's a win for Cleetose on balcony.
So there's a couple things I like about this. One of them is, so Varanas' bug, even if it was a little bit less visible, that banana bread timing was very buggy to me. Where this timing on Ambassador bugging after contact in the sort of middle of the game is a great time to bug. Also, obviously, the positioning of the Ambassador was great for us. Our positioning was good, basically invisible from the sniper's perspective. Well done.
Yep, and I was watching the general excellent bouncing.
Oh yes, the bouncing. Okay, I want to see this. Yeah, just a straight loop around Toby. It must have been so Admiral took the position and just took a nice wide path around Toby. Very serpentine, but excellent bug, and not only excellent bug, but we're able to get a bug off where our opponent was not. Now that said, neither one of these players has shown a tendency to get really mentally off balance. I don't think that either one of them is going to be in trouble. There have been comebacks, I think, for both of them throughout their careers, so not too concerned. Obviously, going down 2-0 is just a mathematical concern, but mentally, I think we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you can beat yourself up too much for losing a few games on balcony. Like on ballroom or something, you let a bugger swap by, that can kind of get in your head a bit. But on balcony where you just get shot because you bugged and it was seen, that's not going to throw you off too much.
All right. Anyway, here we go. On to Varanas' second go as spy on balcony. And 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I like how this pairing of Ambassador and Spy is the reverse of the last game. This is going to be the tougher of the two reverse bugs is Taft on Alice.
I would be surprised if a bug happened this game.
All right, well, we are going to start with a flirt, 31%. So we'll definitely be 3-flirting. We have to be a little bit careful about not being paired with the other two people around us. Oh, and we are gonna. All right, is this gonna be enough time? I don't think we're gonna. I don't think timer is gonna go off. Yeah.
We get highlight for that window flirt though. At least I think that's what the highlight's for. It's balcony, so you can never be sure.
Right.
The ST could enter pretty close to us, or they could enter, like that, decently far away. The real BB starts. We are highlight and we're the only one talking, so it's pretty bad. Luckily, Toby's not offering to us there. As the spy, when you're banana breading, and right after the banana bread comes off, you stop your talk to either get a drink or reject Toby, it can be pretty suspicious.
Yeah, and Seduction Target has been spending a lot of time outside of Conversation Circle, unfortunately. Looks like we'll be going for another flirt here, but we only have 35 seconds. We gotta get 2 more flirts in. Now, of course, I say that, and someone else could get shot, but this is not a great position.
Mm-hmm.
Cleetose does not take a shot on us, though, for the possible 2 flirt on Irish, which would have been a complication at the very least. All right, here we go. Seek and Irish are actually both talking right near the end of the game. One of them could get shot.
Well, if we flirt here, it's going to be overtime. I don't think we're going for it. ST bails anyway. Run to the window, but we don't get it off.
Yeah, I think here Taft was sort of my number one. I was thinking about shooting Seek. I was going to wait for... I guess that was a mistake because there wouldn't have been overtime, but I was waiting for potential overtime to shoot Seek, because it was the one that I saw talking, but
right.
I was pretty sure that if it was Taft wasn't finishing.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are down 3-0
Ooh.
already. On a
And I did,
swinging
in
match.
fact, fix
Or sorry,
Small Man.
Yeah, here, yeah. Ooh, such.
I'm,
Yeah, I like how he's acting surprised.
Actually,
Just
no,
people,
I-
like, if there's any diamond players in here, that because like one of these players will probably go up. If there's any diamond players in here, like he's planting the seeds again.
I
Don't
actually
listen to him.
did
It's like,
legit
oh,
forget that I intentionally picked him in this one.
Yep.
But I did.
Don't
This one
buy it.
wasn't. This was intentional. You'll see how well it works out for me here in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
No spoilers.
Also, notice that it's Small Man and the DA is Orange Sari. Maybe Cleetose had already saw the Marimo Baldric
Ooh.
match. Knew that Orange Sari was our lucky charm as Small Man.
Are we gonna get another hero move from? Oh, we do get a bug.
No, we don't.
Maybe
It
we
doesn't
won't.
take.
Oh.
I'm really shocked it didn't take. It was so. It would have been so close.
Yeah,
to
so was
taking.
I.
I don't think we're seen for it. We get a 17% flirt.
That flirt
which
was an
is...
accident, by the way. It was supposed to be a BB.
Ah, gotcha. We have the
Alright.
live corrections this time. We don't have to wait until chat catches up to see how wrong we are about our assumptions.
Yeah. All right. So flirt timer will be pretty. Sorry, flirt cooldown timer will be a little bit shorter because we're cost the conversation, but we're gonna have to flirt a whole bunch. I'm guessing we're gonna wait for flirt cooldown timer, flirt again, hope for a green, which I don't think would put us over 50% though. Anyway, but we probably would just be going for a lot of flirting.
Green would be 25, which, yeah, does not put us over 50%. Ooh, this is a really bad banana bread. Okay, it became better. Only one. Oh, chooses to low light Alice for the BB split. That's an interesting decision. But now we're highlight, and
We're almost
definitely
certainly bugging.
we're not finishing flirt, so we have to bug if we want to win this. Or Irish is gonna have to talk again for us.
Also, I note that I think Cleetose at this point is mad at Ambassador for standing still so long at the windows because we were trying to set up for something, but really nothing was really happening. So we're setting up for a last second bug right here. We're gonna leave right about now.
Oh no! He's going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Justice.
Justice against Small Man. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Justice
I
against
got
Small Man.
burned there. That was
The Amba's so scared. He's trying to get away from you.
Yep. It was gonna be a bug and dance, but I couldn't get the bug part.
Yeah, no, it would have been a good dance opportunity. It obviously is Small Man and balcony, but yeah, but Ambassador has a sense of right and wrong and denies it.
Yeah.
The moral compass exists.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yep.
It was so perfect timing. All right, so let's also so the
Papa
the
Danger
early
of
bug,
all people having a thing
Right.
against bugging.
Right. So I want to see the early bug. I am shocked that didn't take.
Yeah, I don't know.
So and that ended up being obviously hugely relevant. So it looks like Alice came in. Alice, another arbiter of justice, came in and pushed us barely out of the way because I think that if there wasn't a sort of intersection right there, we would have been right there when the arm came in. But Alice pushed us out of the circle just enough.
Thanks, Alan. And because of that, Varanas became Alice. I'm sure that's what Varanas' thinking was. I'm almost positive. Anyway, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So we're coming down 1-3 off of our own pick as Varanas, but we do have a chance to, these sets are a lot longer than standard SCL sets, so being down 3-1 at the end of the first map is not too big of a deal.
And we're a little bit relieved because, honestly, we did get a little bit fortunate with that early bug, and we probably should have lost that last balcony game. So we could have easily been down 4-0, which is a terrible way to start. You have to make up so much ground. You have to take 9 of the remaining 12 maps. It's such a hard to ask. All right, and we are setting up for a flirt. We haven't really got anything done. Oh, but wait. And no, not coming next to us. We're gonna have to go somewhere. Boots is not settling anywhere, and unfortunately settles at a painting when we're far away, and probably would be a little bit rushed to get over there.
We are Alice, so we might be able to do it, but it would not be pretty. And it could very well end in a sunshine. Any case, stepping into side statues, I think we're realizing that we finally need to get some mission progress here.
And unfortunately, Ambassador's in this awkward position where it's not far away enough for the briefcase to call someone over. So right now, briefcase is just sitting there, no one's picking it up, and it's going to be there for a while until she's pushed out of the conversation circle. So no one's really picking up fingerprints because Ambassador has been moving around picking stuff up. Briefcase is visible, but not collectible, I guess you could say. And honestly, actually might be not collectible again. There's not many fingerprints going on at all this game.
It looks like Irish might have just got called. Oh, no. I guess it's too close then.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I hadn't really thought about this, but Orange Sari has been... Okay, so now at least there's another fingerprint out in the game on the drink, but it's going to go to a
It's going to get taken by an SDA.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Varanas, I think, was even trying to pay attention to that kind of stuff, but right now there's not many people collecting that much suspicion. There's a few highlights around here and there, but fingerprints are really not happening. We're going to be one of the more suspicious people because we've finished inspects. I think Cleetose has a fairly good amount of control in this game so far. We're finally taking it into our own hands and getting this briefcase back. Interesting. I don't know if that's correct.
Maybe I feel like it isn't, but there might be some trickery that I don't.
It's almost certainly not. I think it was just an attempt to get something past me, like to not even see her there.
Right.
Got it.
I think you're right. Right. Or it's like, then that is actually very valid, where sometimes we're not actually trying to obey etiquette. We don't have time to obey etiquette, as it were. And I think we need to maybe line up for like a last second timeout. We can't be sitting in this conversation, that's for sure. Maybe should call Toby over.
Well, we have a drink. We just gulped it, so we're probably setting up for.
We don't have
secret
time.
jets.
We have to time ad. We don't have time for
White
this.
Purloin. That's not gonna get us even close to finishing, and we're gonna get shot anyway.
Yeah, so I think Cleetose had a pretty good grip on that game because we don't even wait for overtime. So Cleetose knows we're done with inspects. Purloin's gone, confident enough to take the shot. Saw's probably with that briefcase maneuver, perhaps, I don't know. But there was really not much else happening on the map as far as I could tell. The blocking of fingerprints on the briefcase and just in general, no one was really doing anything. So that was a bit of an unfortunate game, but we also didn't make much happen. So
yeah. Alrighty. Chat is saying you can't return the briefcase there.
Yeah, that's true. But an AI, that pickup was too far for an AI to have made that determination. Normally, anyway. They
I think
walked a bit, then put it down.
I think that they're talking about there was the earlier, so there's the two different spots where there's the briefcase, right? There's the times where the briefcase was there forever, but there was the times where it was too close to Ambassador in two different conversation circles, so no one was picking it up, and it would have actually been a sort of mistake to pick it up.
Yeah,
I mean, probably.
I think they're just talking about because the Ambassador was sort of in a corner when the briefcase pickup did happen, and so an AI wouldn't have been able to get behind the Ambassador to make a return. So they would have given up, but they wouldn't have just picked it up and put it down. They would have walked a little bit, but I think it was more just an attempt to get me to not see it at all.
Right.
I feel like I probably. All right. Anyway, on to my turn as spy. We'll see how I do. In 3, 2, 1, planet.
We start with a drink in hand, which Cleetose obviously hates, as he was mentioning before, but a pretty solid drink, I might add. This is one of the better ones.
Has a little skewer inside of it, looks like. I don't know what's on the skewer.
Olives. I think they're olives, yeah. I think it's smart.
They looked a bit purplish. I wasn't too sure.
They're not great olives, but... All right, so we have Boots as our ambassador again. So we will be... Fingerprinting's not going to be that bad. She moves around a lot. She's pretty quick. She moves far enough away where I think we could do a briefcase, and we do. I don't know if we're gonna probably walk
Oh,
towards unless we're leave.
Cleetose.
Oh yeah, he's gonna
Oh.
do it.
Oh.
Now let's see if this works. And like, I like the fact that he goes out of conversation and stands for a little bit to
But-
try to make the low light opportunity more obvious.
Yeah,
but
the
not
problem
happening.
is he does that walk outside of conversation when someone with the briefcase shouldn't even be moving. So there's just loads wrong with that. It not loads wrong with that in that it's a bad idea, but just etiquette wise, many mistakes there.
Right.
It's
Well,
I
many
like the risk
breaking, yeah.
though.
I mean,
That's-
talking with the briefcase was already an etiquette mistake. So at
Uh-huh.
that point, it's just.
Right.
Luckily, we don't have the older animations where the briefcase is just waving in front of their face.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Because it was always really fun to try to do that, right? If you can get the green, obviously it's fantastic, right? You just do it and you run away. It's wonderful.
You have a low
And
light.
then if you ran away, I remember the really tough part was if you try to run away from a white banana bread with the briefcase, you cough and it whips the briefcase up in front of your face when you cough. It was one of the most embarrassing ways to lose.
Mm-hmm.
We pick up inspect. So all right, right now we're on track for fingerprint, seduce, contact, inspect,
Yeah.
and I
Soft tell ballroom
anticipate
game.
Cleetose goes for that. Yeah, and
Get
I would
highlight.
say, in general, Cleetose likes to mix in some rushes with some soft tail games. But if he starts a soft tail game, he almost always finishes the soft tail game, unless he gets screwed over and has to do something
Mhm.
drastic.
So there's a fingerprint available on the green bookshelf. We do have to get one more flirt in though, and we have a minute to do that, inspects, and the print. Looks like we're just going to choose to finish inspect since our ST is also preoccupied at statues. And there's actually difficult fingerprint on this statue. We do hit it, so that's done with print, and we just need one more flirt. So unless we're going to get shot for a difficult print, this is going to likely be a game for Cleetose.
Yeah, no, this is really clean so far.
Hmm.
ST has to be a little bit cooperative. We'll see if seduction target sticks around long enough. It looks like they're going to, and they do, and this is going to be a pretty difficult shot to take, and I'm pretty sure Cleetose is going to take this.
Mm-hmm. It might have been a bit risky there to grab the book before flirting, but you also have to think you're pretty high lit by that point for double statues.
Yeah,
So-
I usually follow the rules and just hope I don't get screwed. I don't want to, that's
says after banana breading.
Well,
after
okay,
picking
follow
up
the rules when I'm being watched, okay? But yeah, it was
Oh,
actually
yeah.
pretty. I was pretty annoyed by that because that difficult fingerprint. I'm glad I got it, but if you can see, the ambassador was at the statue while I was at the other one, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this statue. I'm gonna go over there to get that other statue and the fingerprint. Then Twin is like, no, you don't.
I like that, by the way. I hope you go do like presentations at schools telling
Yep.
all the kids follow the rules when you're being watched.
Yep,
Mhm.
that is. Yep. Anyway,
right.
yep. So that
So
one.
what's the score at this point?
It is 5-1 currently.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we're in quite a deficit now. As we mentioned before, a lot of these maps are swing heavy, so we do have a chance to come back. But Varanas is this. We've got to start breaking on this one now. Ballroom as Spy is not impossible to break on, so we're going to be really hoping for something here.
Here we go. We'll see what you can do here in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
And if you can come out strong on this round, then it can kind of help you rally going into. You have a sniper game right after that, which is very winnable. And then moving on to the next map, which I believe is Terrace, Varanus's pick. And that's
Banana
also,
bread.
you're thinking, going to throw off Cleetose. That was probably the thinking in choosing that map to begin with. So if you're going to start a comeback, you want to start it right here sooner rather than later.
We have a nice chain of events. We have a green time ad. We have a contact. We get away without being seen. We have a book, and we green test a purloin. So right now we're in a pretty good position. The interesting thing is we might not actually end up needing that time ad too much because we have great progress so far. I don't know if we'll actually go for this transfer or if it was just a good excuse to get out of the conversation circle. And it appears to be the latter. I don't know if we'll go for... Yeah, we don't go for a transfer. So, well, maybe... No,
Nope.
we're just putting
Just
back.
put it back. The thing is, the time ad does allow the purloin suspects to have more time to basically screw themselves over.
Very true.
But we'll see if Cleetose ends up making a wrong shot here. Varanas could also just obviously Varanas is probably going to try and finish missions here, but having more time for that maybe allows her to do it in a more subtle way instead of having to like rush statue to statue or something.
Yeah, this is going to be. Oh, we don't pick up the inspect on the statue that we held, which is unfortunate because means we must go to middle statue on that set of statues. Now we probably will just end up going to the other set. But if, for example, a fingerprint appears on either of those corner statues, we can't finish inspect and get a fingerprint in the same set. Unlikely that would happen, but we got to be mindful of it.
Mm-hmm. This is so tempting for the bug, but I really hope that Varanas resists the temptation. And good, she does. Because that's one way to lose this game very easily.
The only disappointing thing for Varanas is that Ambassador didn't drop the briefcase before ditching out of that conversation circle. Kind of puts it far away. It doesn't look like we're going to be going for fingerprint, but also, as we are talking about before, one of the big things we want out of this match is somebody dying, getting shot. And Rocker, a highlight, does pick up briefcase.
Oh, a shot comes off on Papa Danger.
Yeah, I was just being weird there. Irish was like kind of my top suspect through most of that, but I think I just noticed Papa Danger, just running into that conversation
He
and talking
entered,
right away.
did a quick talk.
Yeah. But I didn't have any suspicion on him really before that, other than he's Papa Danger. He could have, bugged
Right,
bugged 10.
yeah.
He could have bugged 10 times by now. And he was just
Yeah.
off my radar the whole game, and it was just like, oh wait, let's get point.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, I'm Alice again.
So yeah, that was well done by Varanas to. I think the big moment there was, as you were saying, not bugging, where we understood the state of the game with the green time ad and the green purloin.
Yeah, I was watching for that bug
was
pretty
good
hard.
for shot. Yeah,
Mhm.
so great decision making where we didn't rush it, because sometimes if we do that we rush. But actually, I guess I'm trying to talk about the idea of coherence. His gameplay was pretty coherent, where he was going for a slow finish and not trying to force anything, because in the time that he tries to force something, someone else might get shot.
Yep. All right. Anyway, here we go. My turn to be spy again. We'll see how I do. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So that's the first game we've given away to Varanas in a while.
Oh, so Cleetose takes control and specifically doesn't go by
Take
Ambassador.
the bug path.
Right, exactly. Like we like, even if we didn't go for the bug, we don't want that heat early on. We really value not getting that sort of heat. It's also a bug that Cleetose wouldn't really want to take. Cleetose kind of prefers setting up for standing bugs, and so I kind of like that. We really value not getting high lit.
Yeah. The intentional avoidance of bug paths can also sometimes be attributed to spy-like behavior, but I think in time of chaos especially, when snipers are going to be more prone to highlight for bugs because it's more likely they could have missed them because of time of chaos, I think it's best to just stay away from the ambit altogether. Unless, of course, you want that early bug.
Right, exactly. But I think that Cleetose is confident enough in his bugs later that I usually don't. He doesn't feel the need to sneak in missions really early unless he's going for one of his particular rushes. But I think that Cleetose knows how to get bugs later. Doesn't need to force it and then maybe just get shot.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like we're gonna go for a timer flirt here, and it does cool down, and we're done.
Finish flirt, we have a print off of drink, which, in my opinion, are the toughest prints to track.
Right.
Others might disagree.
Well,
but
it was a small conversation, so it looked pretty natural where we had set up.
Yeah. Finally stepping away from that conversation, since we are done with flirt, it's not going to provide us any more. And we're going into center statues. So I like this play from Cleetose mixing it up. Last game we did side statues, I believe. This game we're doing center statues.
All right, so we will almost certainly at this point be going for another fingerprint and contact. We do not finish inspect just in case Varanas would be looking for all the cycles.
Declining the 3 cycle.
Banana bread.
Right. Maybe we'll go for a purloin here. Nope, just normal banana bread.
We know that we just need those soft tells to win the game.
Kind of quick movement. I'm curious if this is the point at which Cleetose is probably. Oh, I guess there's the other fingerprint too.
Oh, green
we go for the
swap
green.
comes off. We choose to not finish fingerprints. I think Alice is relatively suspicious, but at the same time, Varanas has
He's gonna try to finish before the.
Oh,
swaps.
gotcha.
Interesting. So, and then we get shot for that.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if that was just for the fingerprint. So I really wanted to just do a normal white swap there, just to do pot, just the usual inspect swap. But I accidentally greened
hit green.
because I just can't help myself. So I greened, and I'm like, okay, I'd rather do, so I figured I'd just try and grab that fingerprint before the swap happened, just to be like, I felt like a white would have been good there, but a green, a little risky.
I see. So interesting. So then that decision making was
felt
at least
like, apparently I was wrong, because I think the swap would have probably been fine.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it's a little bit hard to tell because we wouldn't have seen what would happen right there. It does look like it would have been what Tex would have picked it up. Tex was a low light and also a nice big body that would have blocked it, so possibly would have gone away with the green.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I would have I really just wanted a white there, but yep, that happens. I can't help it. I always go for the green, and when I don't want it. All right, now on to a map I was not expecting to have to play.
Terrace.
All right, so we should probably talk about Terrace a bit. I have not played that much of Terrace, so let's at least talk about the cut missions because that's something I forget to do. So we cut statues.
Yeah, that's pretty. That seems to be standard on this map. I feel like a lot of people are saying that, and I kind of agree that this probably should be a 2 inspect map, because it's 2 pairs of statues like courtyard, so it should just be should probably I mean that might be too strong, but
we could add another statue. I mean, it is. You're right though. Well, actually, or let us break into the room behind Toby, right? Let's get in there and get that other statue. We can see it, right? So we should be able to inspect that statue.
It's so tempting. It's right there. I think climbing over the bar is a bit of a hard tell, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Next season, this map is getting 30 extra seconds. What that does mean, though, is that in the games we play of it this season, the spy is going to be very hard pressed for time, and there are not going to be a lot of mission wins.
All right. Anyway, we'll see how Varanas does in this surprise pick. All right, let's see how it goes in 3, 2, 1, planet.
I love some of the biased host stuff. We'll see how this goes on this sneaky, underhanded scalawag map pick. And 3, 2.
Oh man, scallions, huh? That's a derogatory term now.
Yep, pretty much. Although I had to admit, I love watching scallions play.
Would he pick Terrace though? Is this really a scallions map?
It's tough because he can't. It's harder to do the orange dress meta on this one because you're already kind of depending on someone just doing stuff, and it's really hard to dependably make that orange dress. So I don't know. But Scallions also just plays kind of funky. Aside from the orange dress stuff, Scallions is also just a strange player. But anyway,
yeah.
We have 50. We're 49 on the flirt, so we have a possible green. And then I'm very curious to see how Varanas plays this because Varanas obviously knew she was gonna pick this. So we would actually probably have made a strategy beforehand. I'm hoping at least.
Yep. Varanas ideally is the one who's more prepared to come out and take a win as spy on this map. Go for a real BB. Only letting off 1 low light, which is pretty good. but Cleetose does choose to knock down a highlight in the fake conversation.
Oh, the bug. All right. It's win, yes or no on this bug. Seems like we don't get highlight for it, and unfortunately, we don't finish right now, which is going to be a little bit problematic. But
We missed
don't
this
have a
window
pad, yeah.
pad.
It doesn't matter because it's bad,
It's
but
not
man,
seen.
that's luckily Varanas, she doesn't get flustered. She just finishes the missions, but that would have been really unfortunate if we had stood a little bit sideways, for example.
Yeah. I don't think Cleetose can take a shot here. Varanas isn't even highlight. The bug came off pretty invisible besides a very small lean on the sniper camera. And
Right.
he was still puzzling through some of the lights from the banana bread. And that's
Well
a
done.
mission win.
All right,
Alright.
so now Varanas is within 1 point.
Yeah, that comeback that we were talking about earlier looks like it's started and it's just moving right along.
Yeah, let's hope that stops being a thing. Oh, hey. Okay, so now this one was random. I did not pick Small Man. It was randomly assigned
right,
to me.
yeah. Everybody in chat to believe him, right? Just like say like, oh, it's just random. The 2 times that I've been small man, it's just weird. You know, sometimes life is
It's
funny,
only
you
it's
know?
only hey, I would have been Small Man way more.
To be fair, the Smallman picks are on maps
Yeah.
where shenanigans can't
I
occur.
will say I picked him on balcony. I did not pick him here.
Except for sick bugs.
Yep.
There's
Right.
there's no like cheese
Oops, I
micro
don't
that's
need to
gonna
start it yet.
happen
All
on
right.
terrace.
Anyway, we'll see how I do on this game where I did not pick my character in 3, 2, 1, planet.
We also go with the same loadout that Varanas selected. We're statueless, which it sounds like is the norm. I haven't played enough of
the
it.
classic. The community
Classic.
decided pretty quickly that this was the most viable mission setup, just because inspects are so bad with so little time
Right.
that AI can't really finish it. We step into bar. We step in about at the same time as our ST, so I don't know if we can get paired that badly for it. We do reject, so we don't choose to take the delegate option. We chase our ST again. So at this point, we're
Banana
kind of
bread.
getting into territory where we could be paired easily. Real BB comes off, lets off 2 lowlights, and only 3 people with a real BB now.
So with the reject, I guess we do a straight reject because you can do the accept and then bail.
Yeah.
So it looks like a reject, but we decline that option because I guess maybe there's a little bit of a slight animation tail if you don't do it quick enough. And we do go back to the bar to I'm assuming pick up a drink this time.
Yeah, it was a misclick last time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Delegate comes off. We are the only highlight left at this party. We do attempt a bug coming out of the bar. It is seen.
And once again, it didn't stick. Apparently, they've disabled bugs for Small Man. Or I'm just really bad. I think I just started it a little too late because, of course, the drink hand stopped it from starting.
You have to finish that turn before you can actually activate the bug.
Yeah.
And Small Man is deceptively quick, actually. So it might also be that where if you were obviously like orange or pearls or queen or someone like that, there would have been enough time where you'd have to burn a lot of time. And you did curl your path where I thought that the extent the hyperextension of the arm was it was
very visible.
Off. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, just the angle that Varanas had was very good. Oh, ooh, we got another Small Man. Was this intentional? Wasn't me. You can't blame me for this one.
I can't, and I'm actually curious though, real quick. Do you think you put extra suspicion on Small Man, or do you just kind of treat
I don't. Well, we'll see how that goes. In 3, 2, 1, planet.
Starts the game. Varanas is instantly highlight.
Yeah, I do generally.
It's not what happens.
All
so we're
right.
not starting from behind, at least.
That's good. So we're going for the flirt right away. Kind of a opener on library. I mean, pretty standard, I think, but not really guiding us into anything.
Varanas,
Although it does open up a fingerprint.
Varanas, I think, is kind of back into her comfort zone now. She's made a huge comeback from the early deficit, and I think she's just trying to slow things down a bit and kind of bring the match back under control.
We go for the briefcase, but it's going to get picked up too quickly. I wonder if we're going to go to the green or the shelf, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like we're just going for flirt instead. Yeah, not much has happened, and we're a minute in. I mean, there is Boots denies us.
Sunshined, and goes into a pretty full conversation where it's going to be hard to get next to her.
Yeah, we might even
Salmon
be
leaves
going
us
for
in
the far flirt. Just we're gonna get as close as we can while still being on the other side of the conversation.
Brings us up to 74 though, because it's green. So we are in 3 flirt range quite comfortably.
Ambassador's been pretty good about touching stuff, so if we are taking note of who's been to the blue bookshelf, who's picked up the briefcase, and who's going to be going to that far statue, the head statue on the left side of the map, or we actually might be going for it ourselves. Oh, I actually wasn't paying attention. I don't know how fingerprintable this is. If this is going to be normal or difficult. Oh, it's just a straight up one.
It's just
Wow.
a straight fingerprint. That's been a long time since the Ambo's there also.
Yeah. So Varanas might be able to pick up another fingerprint on that statue if they wait long enough.
We are also Smallman with a book in hand, so microfilm might be coming.
Right. Now, if this is Cleetose, we might be ducking it to the left and doing an action test one, but we elect to just go finish our flirt.
Yeah. A minute 30 left and 1 completion and only half a fingerprint for our other progress. So I think if we don't dump this book in another shelf, we're going to have some issues. And yeah, there Varanas goes for the direct transfer into green. Doesn't look like we've earned much suspicion for it at all.
So I'm guessing we might step in for...
There's
okay,
a
we are going for the
fingerprint.
fingerprint first. All right, well, let's see. So what are our options from here? So we're going to finish fingerprint, have 2 inspects. We'd like to go to inspect again in this last minute.
We could
We
banana
still need to
bread.
do one more. Yeah. Unfortunately, DA is... we're just going straight
Or
for the
pause.
All right, well, okay, if we...
Pause could be strong here. We're not even highlight. Oh, there's the swap. It's white, and we put it down.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Smallman can't block very well, but Varanas works on getting the hell out of there as quick as possible.
Yeah,
Cleetose
we're
never
clean.
even rotates over.
Yeah, I think I was tunneling on somebody. I don't remember who it was at this point. But yeah, I definitely did not have any suspicion on Smallman. I got beaten by my own game.
Yeah.
I really like that finish.
Yeah.
That's I would have done banana bread, but the swap actually worked out extremely well.
Yeah, the swap worked out well, and Varanas definitely just willing to do things in the blind spot, because at first I think the blind spot of going in there was just to finish up its specs, right? And then Varanas noticed that Cleetose was spending a lot of time on the other side of the map and was able to get the swap. Because going for the second inspect right away, that was already a nice play to finish it up. And then we had the option to contact. We had a lot of options at the end there because we did fingerprint and transfer and inspect and seduce, all of which have incremental progress. We had 3 quick options to finish. If contact wasn't behaving, we could bug or purloin, both of which are easy to force to happen, right? So that we had a lot of options that game. Well played.
All right. Anyway, here we go. My turn as spy. Let's see what I can do in 3, 2, 1. Planet.
That's good thinking. Getting the kind of party, not really party dependent because microfilm's not really party dependent, but the slow missions done quick so that we can kind of finish up at or on a whim, moment's notice, however you want to call it.
No, exactly, because that I think initially.
Ooh.
Okay, no.
I'm blaming laser lag on this one. It was on the other side when I did that bug. I mean, on my game. But I
This is
actually I
the
really
new
did.
king bug.
Honestly, I didn't want that bug. I really would just wanted the briefcase. But it was just like, hey, Ambassador's here. Laser's on the other side. Might as well do it. Laser was not on the other side.
Mm-hmm. We'll credit this shot to Chris Hecker then.
Yep. Like, please.
That was.
Yep. Well, it's I mean, to be fair, Varanas, experiences the same sort of laser lag, so I
Yeah.
can't say that it's like a massive advantage. It's just something you gotta account for, and sometimes get burned, especially when you do stupid bugs like this.
Yeah, unfortunate. And also, it all started from us accidentally randoming cast because we weren't small men. And so, had we been small men, we might have been.
No, I feel like I probably actually picked Papa Danger there.
Really?
I like Papa Danger,
Huh.
even though his bug's been nerfed. He's still not bad.
That's true, and it's kind of like reverse pick, right? Because you have to depend on your opponent not having the sort of like inherited suspicion that Papa has had before, and knowing about the game, and so now there's like there's like a pocket right now where people might be trying to overcompensate on reducing the suspicions they have, but then we go for bugging. We unfortunately get shot, and it is unfortunate.
None of the
always
mind
realize that.
games matter if you see the bug right in front of your face. And this is proof that not all reverse drive-by bugs are good reverse drive-by bugs.
True. And we're going to step into a really interesting map to have. So, what's the score actually?
5-7 right now. I'm down 2.
5-7.
5-7.
Okay, well, swingy map like we've
Yeah.
reached before. Okay, so also we got to mention which missions have gotten cut. And we've
Yes.
cut transfer, swap, and purloin.
That's
pretty
fair.
standard.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is fair. All right, we'll see how Varanas does in 3, 2, 1, planet.
It is sometimes nice to keep on swap or micro because you do at least force the sniper to pay attention to the right side of the party for stuff besides just inspect. But I would say that this is definitely the standard setup for high rise 3-5.
Yeah, I actually love. I have such mixed feelings on this map, and I've always had a long, complicated history with this map because there's so much I like about it. And one of those things, it has great intermission parity. Like you can make a good argument for every single mission, right? It has the inspects are pretty fair, seduce is pretty fair, so and fingerprint is pretty fair. There's no one mission that just stands out as really amazing. Even contact is pretty fair given the small amount of conversation space. So I actually my problem with this map is this choke point and how few guests are on it. But I think this map is fantastic. I just want there to be a few changes to it. I'm not a big fan of the 3 of 5 setup. I think 4 of 8 would be great if there was just a few little changes to it that would make it a little bit better. But I love seeing it because it's got such great architecture. The inside-outside thing and the partial cover by the screens.
Yeah,
such an interesting map.
They are pretty great. There's actually a debate for a while on whether this should be any 4 of 7 or any 4 of 8 because last season in SCL, you could choose I think the only option was 4 of 7 layout for this map. There might have been a 4 of 8 option as well, but people debated for a long time. Oh, it should be 4 of 7 because it's much smaller, or than Ballroom. A lot of comparisons to Ballroom came up in that discussion.
Yep, and I agree that it should be the same as Ballroom, which is any 4 of 8, and it has so much. Yeah, I won't go too much of my soapbox here. I hate that debate. I'm so far on the any 4 of 8 side. Okay. Let's actually look at this. What's going on?
That was a behavioral shot. It was just unfortunate. But you can see. Well, okay. So Alice had statues, potentially 2 fingerprints, and then I thought she was gonna be flirting with Varanas, with Sam Danger. He enters this conversation right next to him, and he ditches. So she just hangs out in this conversation for a short amount of time, then she leaves and ends up right next to Salmon again.
Interesting. I see that. Okay, I see what you're saying now. So yes, right as Alice walks in, you walk away, and then Alice looks like she chases.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
and she had 2 fingerprints, 2 inspects. It was like, okay, not done, but done soon potentially. It just felt like worth it. Even though I actually low lit her for the first statue return because it was a little AI like, but I'm like, like she sort
Choose
of
low
gets
all
she
the way until
stops,
that print.
she gets stuck on Toby, then she moves again. That's either very AI like or spy like. It's just like
Right.
that. Just so hard to say. But anyway, yep.
That's
But that's why
5
I
of
shot.
8.
Also, we have some
Ve-
great faces on this shot. I love Salmon. I like also. I've never really looked at this before, but I love looking at the spy's reaction to someone getting shot. When like the spy would have been perfectly expecting this all along, but they have to play along as if it was unexpected, right?
All right.
Mhm.
Yep. Pick the person I. Yep. And also, I believe I did pick Alice here. I don't know why I was picking Alice a lot, just because I didn't want to pick
Well,
Wallman
you
a
you
lot.
just shot her, right? So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I totally agree with this because I mean I think we've talked about this in a previous cast where if you pick the AI that burned you in the previous game, then you have the
Yep.
opportunity where either that AI redeems themselves or they get shot again and they get punished.
Yep. Well, anyway, I
Exactly.
am Varanas is one win away from winning this match here. So I'm in a little bit of trouble. So let's see what I can do in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Mhm. Remember, the winner of this match gets an auto promotion to Diamond. So they're the ones that are going to be duking it out next season
Yeah,
with
maybe I really don't want that.
Bacon, KCM, Bloom. So there's a lot at stake here, and Varanas is just one win away from being promoted in what looks to be the underdog position coming into this match.
Yeah, and not only that, but sometimes you can take solace in if you lose the championship, you have the promotion match. But like we were saying, that promotion match is going to be against either I think Magician or Bloom. People would anticipate it being Bloom, and Bloom is one hell of a gatekeeper.
Mm-hmm. Um, it's interesting to note that we have a 47%, which means we're going to need to 3-flirt. And if we're chasing pretty egregiously, then that could get us caught. But we make a smart decision here and we enter far away to get kind of a lose suspicion or at least lose heat for the pair with Twin for the second flirt.
It was
And then
actually
we
I
can
actually went there to get the drink from Toby because of the fingerprint.
because it's the most natural spot for Toby to go. That
And
makes
I
sense.
didn't want him to have time to latch on to somebody else.
Right, so we
That's a
ignore all
good
that dumb
decision.
stuff that Nanthalus said that was obviously stupid and wrong, and we
This is
actually
what
win.
happens when I try to play behaviorally. Come on. We
We pick up.
briefcase here.
This
This
is a clean one, yeah.
this is pretty aggressive fingerprinting, but like I said, drink prints can be hard to spot, especially on high rise. I feel like the fact that it is high rise makes me want to play more behaviorally, and as a result, I sometimes let things like fingerprints slip by without catching them. So that could be what's happening here. We finish up with a green flirt. We did need a green there because we were at 64.
And now I'm presented with the worst time in the world to BB.
Right, exactly. Everybody ditches where we'd be like, all right, do you want a 50-50 with boots at this point, right? Which you don't. And before that, before a bunch of people ditched, we had like 5-ish people in that conversation. It would have been a bad time. And now, big question about whether or not we BB.
Banana
Looks like
bread.
we're going to.
We do.
We are going to be the talker, though.
This is just the question of, is Varanas onto the prince? And it doesn't look like she is.
And does not credit with being done.
All
And
right,
we win.
I pull one out.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow.
Cleetose staying alive.
Yeah. See if I can do that 2 more times.
And here we're on courtyard, so
My
you know
pick.
that
My
pick
comfort
that
pick.
you made to kind of, maybe comfortably finish out the set. You have to win both games on it if you want to be the victor in this match. And having to win both sides of courtyard is not a desirable position to be in by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but I'll try. We'll see.
I'll
And
try.
we'll see in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Whoops. Oh, wait. Whoops. I did next.
We
Oh.
need to stop. We need to stop.
Yeah, go ahead and stop.
Okay.
So I'm spoiling it a little bit. Pay no attention to the fact that there's a game after this one. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, so we are gonna start over here. We start with a drink. No one's talking, but I don't think Cleetose is gonna be watching for that. We are also kind of in the middle of this conversation circle. We kind of should just book it out of here.
Oh, we get
We get a highlight.
all three of us get highlight. Was there a no talk scene?
It's just
There was the no talk
behavioralism.
earlier. Okay, so just for flirts, I guess. Going to use these conversations and chatting it up. Take a drink. And so right now, obviously, we're in kind of a
Banana
tough
bread.
spot because we started with a. We're the only highlight in a conversation with DA. We started with a highlight that we probably don't realize that we have. Maybe even we think we're low lit. And we're the big thing is whether or not we get shot when we step into statues at some point.
Yeah, we have a fingerprint, but we need a second to finish the mission, and we may just get shot. We may just get shot for statues even. So doing statues and a print is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, Varanas may elect to leave the statue and the print towards very late in the game. Tends to be something that she likes to do. The question is whether or not we try to combine our inspects with the fingerprint and hope that Ambassador does something like that. But right now, Ambassador has a drink, the one that we fingerprinted off of, so it's going to be a while before Ambassador would actually be at a book, or at a statue. We pick up the flirt instead, and now okay, big moment. Although we still have but seduction target might no. Nice slow walk and slow animation will be fine. We might even stick around for the seduce as we put the statue down.
Looks like we don't. Maybe
the
to
cooldown.
Cooldown, yeah.
Just happened.
Because that statue was relatively close to the ST's position in the conversation, and she chased us over pretty quickly.
Okay.
There's a second fingerprint, and there's a shot.
Enough.
Yep.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. One thing
Mhm.
I never actually bothered to look when I.
Yeah, so Varanas just electing for a pretty either you saw the fingerprints or not probably.
Yep, I did.
And Cleetose did. So pretty standard play. Decent percent chance of winning. Didn't get flustered or try anything wacky, just went for a nice straight up game.
Unlucky that we earned that early highlight in conversation also.
Yeah, well, that's what I tend to try to do on Courtyard. Look for, weird conversational things going on, like just people, potentially flirting.
Yeah.
She happened to not be doing that there, but that did not matter to me.
All right, so it's all down to this last Courtyard
Yep.
game. 7-8. Whoever wins this gets auto promoted to Diamond, and Cleetose is fighting for the tie.
Can I do it? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And also importantly, like at this point, people probably just want to be done with competitive Spy Party, And so it's not only that, but whoever wins just gets a break. It doesn't have to play anymore, and that would just be nice.
It's definitely not out of the question for the loser of this match to get promoted, because they do get that promotion match, but it's just so relieving to come out as the victor of this match and just be done with it.
Yeah.
2 early flirts get us a quick 84% without too much time spent.
Yeah, and I am curious to see how Cleetose plays this particular game. So we're in the last game of a championship match, and there's going to be high nerves on both sides, right? So it's whether or not you're going to try to force, this pushes the game into kind of like the tail ends of like a distribution usually, where either the sniper might be overly cautious or overly itchy trigger finger, right? One would assume in general.
We finish our flirts with 1:45 left. The thing is, having a lot of time on Courtyard doesn't help you that much when you still have a hard tell you have to do.
All right, so we haven't really committed to anything yet. We'll probably just go for the best banner where we can in a second here as the people start to sidle into conversations. White test probably not going to matter too much. It's courtyard.
Banana bread.
We'll hopefully we'll click a little
Highlight
item.
text does a BB split, and he's also in convo with an SDA when the BB comes off.
All right.
Does
well,
assume real. And we
right
step
now,
into statues, but we're on the wrong side. Varanas needs to
we're just doing
rotate over.
immediate. Yep,
Quick
yep,
swap.
yep.
And
I-
Cleetose manages to get out of there clean. Varanas hasn't rotated around. She doesn't see the statue change yet.
We have a little bit of bad pathing, but it's not going to be seen, so might as well be invisible.
And we step
towards-
into statues for the inspect. She still hasn't rotated around. She has no idea a swap has happened.
This is almost certainly game.
She needs to see. There she sees the swap has happened. Can she zooms in on it. Can she puzzle out who was there? I don't think Cleetose is going to get shot.
And we run
Oh my
around the statue to make
gosh.
sure that to guarantee that we're not going to get shot. And
Oh man.
wow, so long on the other side of that. I mean, I think we definitely got away with the swap clean, but the amount of time where we didn't have a choice to really make a decision on who to shoot, that really, really hurt us. It was bad enough that we didn't see the swap, but we didn't have a chance to really react and say, okay, I know, for example, that it's not Tex. Would have been a great moment, and then they'd be able to decide, okay, do I think that Cleetose is at statues right now, yes or no, and then have that coin flip, maybe at least. But we don't even have that.
Yeah, when I was inspecting the other statues and I saw the laser go to the other side and I could see this crazy laser movement, like almost like a laser double take. I was like, "Yep, I got this one."
Yep. Well done. Let's see. So I kind of want to see where. So Varanas must have been tunneling a little bit on something where she must have been defending against a particular person. So let's see. The swap happens right about a minute and 10 seconds, or right.
I mean,
before the
Toby's
minute
on the other side. I mean, she can see Toby. She can see
The
the
Amber's
the
not
Amber's
particularly
there.
vulnerable.
I mean,
Yeah.
Then I mean, Tex is in view. I don't know if that was if she was suspicious of the banana split.
So I think Varanas just decided to defend Purloin more than Statue. Now, the one thing for sure is almost everybody is on screen during this time. There's only a few people that are on the far side of the map, and we give up on those people just to guarantee that we can see Ambassador, and we even slide over and look at those people every once in a while. But we missed the one thing we really needed to see, which was twins sliding in a statue, swapping, and then ditching immediately. Great decision also to ditch immediately and not go for the inspects right after, and then just inspect after the end. It ended up working perfectly.
Yeah, I was pretty afraid when I walked into the plant there before I did my inspects, but luckily it was off camera. Yeah, I just sort of attempting to do this courtyard bump is not a thing anymore. So
Varanas says it looked like the swap happened when she decided to assume real BB.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was rotating around, low lighting some people, so she doesn't get a good look at that conversation and see Twin leaving it.
Yeah, but just one of those things. I just saw the laser was over there, and like, I probably have time to do this. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta swap the statue.
Good
the
decision.
laser's on the other side, and hope that the laser doesn't go to the other side.
I really like in that last match, especially with the last game with the nerves running high and everything, being able to make a aggressive play like that and not kind of
Well, obviously nerves were building a little bit as I was, I had a massive lead and I was slowly getting chipped away, and then suddenly I was behind. But I tend to, I'm usually only at my peak nervousness the first few rounds of a match, and I generally calm down to a point where it's not, even now it would, even in the last game it wasn't that much.
Mm-hmm.
And I generally don't tilt. So.
Yeah, and well, I mean, the big thing is, and this is, I mean, it's weird to say that to compliment someone on this on not clinking, but some of the times we've seen in previous matches where they were in this position, they either crash or clink when they try to do one of these bold maneuvers that they think they need to do to finish up missions. But
Yeah,
we
oh,
were
yeah,
very
definitely.
intentional. We got out in time without clanking, which should be simple, but it's not simple when
Yeah.
you're really, really
True.
rushed and you want to get out of there as soon as you can. Because clanking, it would have been over. It was the only person that had statues. It was done if you clanked.
All right. Anyway, well, that's it. Those are the 2 matches for today. I guess I'll be in Diamond next season. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to that or not.
Yeah, so you'll be in Diamond, and then
Varanas has a chance for sure.
has the Hazard match happened in Diamond yet?
I'm not aware. I haven't heard anything about that happening yet. But we'll see. Varanas certainly has a chance to make it. Has to either play Bloom or Magician. Both of them very, very difficult.
Apparently, the Diamond
it just
Hazard
happened.
match
Okay.
just happened.
Really? Oh, are we gonna?
No spoilers.
It's
I don't know. I'm
spoilers,
not gonna look. I'm not gonna
Okay.
look. I don't want to know until we get
Mhm.
there.
Even though we are casting the division finals, there's still a lot more SCL to go.
Yeah,
with
there
Hazard
is, in fact.
matches and
Not only do we have
promotion matches.
Hazard matches to go, we also have a Challenger tournament still going on. That still has what, 2 or 3 more weeks to go, maybe. It's a long tournament because there's like people.
Right.
I think they're almost on to round of 8s.
Okay. So yeah,
I'm
so that's
not
gonna be going
entirely
for a
sure.
while.
Yeah. And like, okay, so let's take stock real quick of where the winners are going to be at least. So
Yep.
from the copper finals, Baldric takes it and will be in bronze. We have not done the bronze finals yet, correct? So possibly an opponent of Nanthalus's if Nanthalus fails to either win the championship or the promotion match. So we might see you might be playing
We'll
Baldric
see.
next season.
Well,
I
I
might
feel like
be.
there might be a massive restructuring next season.
Yeah,
True.
all of this is mostly
Yeah.
conjectural because
Yeah,
we're probably going to
yeah.
change.
I have a
SCL
feeling
around.
Diamond is going to stay more or less the same. I think, because it's just, I mean, at the very least this season, nobody dropped from Diamond. I think Diamond gets the medal for the least number of droppers.
And played all the games too.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other division that did that. No droppers, and everybody played all their games.
I think Silver was the only other one.
Oh yeah, well I mean okay, so yeah they have Silver has Checker and Wodar and stuff. So yeah, so they so they get that score as well. That was actually impressive because Checker was having trouble playing his games for a bit. Oh, Silver had a dropper. Oh no, Copper had droppers.
Yeah, Copper had droppers. So because
it was just Silver and Diamond. They get the participation awards for this season. Good job.
Right, because usually the people that tend to drop out would be the people that are near the bottom. So, but Diamond, you don't have someone dropping out because whoever's at the bottom of Diamond is still a top player that really
I know that's
in the game. And then Silver, the bottom player is Checker, who's invested in the game.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Yep, you definitely. I mean, yeah, if you're in the division with Checker, you definitely want those free wins. And I will take my ban now. See y'all.
Yeah, so all right, so Baldric to bronze at least, and yeah, it's all right now conjecture. So Baldric to bronze and Cleetose to diamond. Diamond's gonna be pretty brutal.
Yeah, I mean it was brutal last season, and this season I'll
Uh-huh.
have warning tracks, so that either means it's gonna be easier or harder. I'm not sure.
Varanas
Probably easier.
Varanas will be playing the winner of Bloom versus Magician, correct?
Yes.
And then Marimo will be playing SG Nerf, I believe, because Seabot is the auto dropper from bronze.
Yeah, right. We'll see.
And I would assume, well, I guess I don't really know, but I think that Marimo would be the favorite versus SG Nerf. SG Nerf has done a great job of playing their matches, and I've really enjoyed seeing their play. They've just been a little inconsistent, but they did get a lot of draws this season in bronze.
Yeah, despite being at the bottom of the bronze leaderboard, a lot of those matches were close. We have 7-4. We have 3 7-4 matches in here, and then a couple of ties as well.
Yeah, the only lopsided match was actually yours, the first one that you opened, or actually both of yours versus SG Nerf. But then otherwise, we're very close. including versus Arturiax, who's I think actually a pretty strong player.
Signerf actually tied Catnip both times and tied against Jayati in his first game. So he can definitely show up. So I think that's going to be a pretty. There's going to be a competition between him and Marimo for sure. It's not going to be a blowout either way.
It would be weird to have the Polish brothers not together. So that would be kind of a. It's an. I'm wondering how much Baldric might spar with Marimo to get Marimo ready. I guess I don't know if Baldric and Marimo want to be playing each other in these SCL matches, but if they do, I'm expecting some training to come out.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, the Very does have a good point. Varanas is along with Slappy. I guess you're the true platinum legend since you've been in it every season.
Yeah, I like
It's
platinum. I'm
you're
never
just
gonna.
yeah, just Slappy's platinum. Maybe we can just call it Slappy Davis division. No, I think.
Yeah, it's actually, and I actually like platinum. It's right in the right spot. Although platinum's starting to suck, to be totally honest, because platinum's getting so many good players, especially with all these drops, man. Like, what I liked about platinum for a long time.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna get, at the very least, you're gonna get Falcon Hit and Noob. I assume they're both gonna go up just because Drawn and Cameraman and Perez both dropped, so there's certainly gonna
Plenty of
be
open
some
spots.
administrative promotions. And who else is in
maybe
gold?
Elvis.
Elvis, yeah, ooh. That'd be good.
So Elvis and Scallions and Sharper and Royal Flush, all those fours are the ones that I'd want because I played against them. I just like playing against people that I know. And so I'm pretty comfortable. Like, I don't always win, but I'm comfortable playing against.
Okay, Platty David. That is excellent.
Platty David. Varanas, Cleetose, and like I like playing against people that I know. And for a long time, Platinum was just that, where if I'm familiar with the player, I do pretty well.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I'm not stressed because it's like, oh, I feel like I have a game plan that I can execute, and I'm not worried all the time about what should I do. But now, Valken Hit's coming up, who I haven't played, I don't think, since Wild Cards. And so when I played him, I had like an insane advantage over them because I played a bunch of Wild Cards. So I don't think I have a good grip on how Valken actually plays. I don't think I played Noob very much. I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be kind of scary here in Plat anyway. But then it's gonna be worse for you, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Diamond's gonna be rough. But it should be fun when we get to it. When we get to season 5, sometime next year.
Yeah, I'm honestly hoping for a nice long break, even though I barely had to play this season because we had a lot of people drop. I feel like I kind of like lucked out, to be totally honest, where I thought it was gonna be more stressful than it was because I was going to have to play more. The first 3 weeks were very stressful versus Piers, Drawn, Varanas, and then eventually after the cameraman spy, essentially playing you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been a fun season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, well, anyway, I guess that's our cast for today. I will be back tomorrow hosting the North American Sunday stream. Yes, it is a candy bar.
He's getting stressed even by watching the game, where every once in a while, I go straight to like some sort of like sweets after I play, like Spy Party, and like curl up in a corner and like try to relieve myself of the stress. And so right now, actually, how long ago did you play this set, Cleetose?
It was actually, it's been a while. It was at least a week ago.
Gotcha. So this is bringing back a decent amount of time between this last PTSD situation.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean, he won, so it's not too bad for him, but still remembering probably many a stressful game in there.
Yeah, there were a few moments where it was just like, yeah, it was. Also, a few games weren't entirely smooth, and especially ones where I made pretty questionable shots and other things.
Right. Well, I mean, like it's an appropriate candy bar with the misclick on library.
Oh yeah, that is true. I mean, it wasn't actually a misclick. I mean, it was just a bad decision, really. I mean, I just I wanted to get the briefcase, but I just decided since the laser wasn't there, I could get away with attempting a bug, but I couldn't.
Mhm.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, that's it. We'll be back tomorrow. We actually got two more finals games for tomorrow. We have silver and copper, I believe. No, wait.
Silver and
No,
bronze.
silver and bronze. Copper was today.
Copper was today.
We just did copper. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't keep the medals straight. Copper, like, I think most of us agree that copper and bronze are backwards.
I
No,
still
actually,
forget
no, wait, no.
how
I mean,
many
I
divisions
think
are
just copper.
above me.
Copper just seems wrong. I don't know.
Well, it's like we're the
Go
copper
tell
and
that
iron
to
thing.
Kaylee.
Yeah, we posited a long time ago to have a real-time updates based upon the value of the metal according to stock markets, and so like whether or not cobalts and stuff like that
Yeah.
actually above diamonds, and because diamonds are actually like really common, and they're overvalued, and like what should we do about this? I think we ended up basically going after StarCraft. I think they were pretty much mirroring their system. I don't know how far down they go though. I think they end at bronze, and so copper and iron was an invention about what we felt, and I think we kind of went with the age progression.
Okay.
Although, is the Iron Age before the? Was there a Copper Age actually? I guess there really was.
I don't think there was a Copper Age. There was
Alright.
a
Yeah.
Bronze Age.
All right, there was a Bronze Age.
Well, I mean, bronze is made from copper, so.
So you need it as a component, and so bronze should be better than copper. Okay,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like copper must have been discovered before bronze.
Right.
All right. Anyway, enough of this discussion about metals and ages and stuff like that, and I think we'll call this a cast and sign off for now.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And who are the casters tomorrow? Just out of my
We got
curiosity.
Tobo Track.
we got
Track?
Warning Track, and we got Taboshi.
Nice.
Perfect.
And I will be hosting again, just because Hummus is busy doing whatever Hummuses do. Watching some sort of depressing movie or something.
Probably.
All right. All right.
Go
See
on,
y'all
Morgan,
tomorrow. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.